We're here to make money. Or lose it all. Thursday Night Trade-Off, brought to you by absolutely no one. Get ready for an amazing show. After the countdown. Hopefully one day there will be someone. But probably not. Slide your leverage sliders to the top, and let's get ready to trade. Hello and welcome to DecentraHYPE. My name is Hamilton, this is Chester, and we're going to be going head-to-head today, as we do every Thursday, to trade altcoins. And we've actually got some new stuff to show you here today, guys, so let's jump in. Enough with the commentator voice, and let's jump straight in, and I'll show you one of the new rules we're doing here, right? So, we want to actually bring in a wheel for altcoins as well. We thought this would be a really, really cool thing to get going. And yeah, as well as that, we're going to be doing our normal leveraged used, time given, and amount of our account used as well. We're going to start as well with a little bit of a Bitcoin update for you guys. So yeah, that's going to be cool. Chester is going to kick off the short term, and I will finish with the long term, and we will jump straight in the wheels of death here. And I hope you're enjoying these backgrounds. Very, very DecentraHYPE themed, palm trees and stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Hope you're doing well, Chester. How's it going over there?
Yeah, all good, man. Hope you had a good day. Hope everyone in the chat has had a good day. Just going to start off with a few shout-outs coming through. I can see, who can I see? I can see Natalie Kellen. I see Sariga. I see Donna, the famous Donna, saying, I've actually caught the start. Woohoo! Yes, you have today. We got Bonnie and Stitch as well, or Bonds and Stitch. Roger as well, catching it live. Here, Optimist, the OG. And Donna likes the new wheel as well. So thank you ever so much for tuning in, guys. Do appreciate it. And also, I'm not even going to I don't even have to say smash the like button because I can see you guys. You're already doing it. You're already killing it. So thank you so much for that. And we are here Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So yeah, make sure you like the content. If you do, you know what to do. Let's start off with Bitcoin here for the short-term time frame. Going to be showing you guys what we're looking at, what we're actually anticipating, and what the next move that we could be capitalizing on the hourly. This is the short term here for Bitcoin, guys. As discussed on my channel yesterday, I do believe, we're talking about this range here for Bitcoin, this like $1,000 range that we're looking at. You can see the support on the lower side here. This is acting as a very strong horizontal. So if we get to this area, there could be a lovely, cheeky potential breakdown here, which is a 4.41% move to the downside. Obviously not favorable right now. We want to be banging it to the goddamn moon with the hash ribbon signal as well. So we are looking for an entry for that. But the resistance on the top side is also something to be looking out for as well inside of this range, and there is going to be a move to the upside if we can get above that. You can see the 200 EMA, the 200 SMA coming down with force as well. If we can get above them with the breakout, it's just going to be juice everywhere. Okay, we love it getting juicy. So that's what we're looking for there on the short-term time frame. On the 15-minute, don't want to keep you guys too long with this update because we really want to smash through some trades today. You can see here on the shorter term time frame on the 15-minute, you can see what we're working with here. We've actually got a descending triangle coming through like so, right? You can see the horizontal support on the lower side, which we tested multiple times, had a little cheeky bullish divergence coming through there where we actually came lower on the RSI. Sorry, didn't quite get as low on the RSI as we did here from this zone. Basically meaning that we're banging it up right now. The measurement to the upside, if we do see this breakout actually continue here, because you can see the resistance coming through from here. If we see this continue, we're going to be looking for around a 1.2% move to the upside, guys. Could be pretty decent, especially with the way that the altcoins are reacting as well. There is an altcoin that I'm looking at the moment, which is going to be this ENS right now. And as you can see, we are seeing this potential breakout scenario. I know we're up like 6 or 7% already for this move today for this coin. So if this move is going to continue here, it's going to be looking pretty goddamn good. So that's what I'm looking at right now in terms of altcoins. Let me jump to the midterm time frame here for BTC because it's another humongous breakout scenario, guys. It's a falling wedge chart pattern. Unfortunately, yes, we do have a little cheeky, tiny, annoying Fibonacci retracement in the way. That's a 0.236 of the most recent trend, guys. And that price is currently sat at around 20,331. I think we've just claimed we've just claimed 20,000 yet again. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we react in this area because pretty much every time that we've tested this area here, we're just getting wrecked in terms of resistance to the downside. So maybe if we continuously test it, remember what I say on my channel, if you continuously hit a piece of paper, the paper will break. That's the trend line right now. If we're continuously hitting it, it will eventually just break, okay? So this is going to be quite nice to see. If this does happen on stream, we could be looking at a nice move, put it up to around 20,300. So around a $200-300 move to the upside for Bitcoin. Now, in terms of measure moves here, we could be looking at something for around 5.39%. As I said, we got a little bit of chop in the way. In terms of resistance if we are going to go long here. So it's definitely scary, but it's still going to be profitable if we can get in that position. I think that's going to be Bitcoin covered for me. We did have a bullish divergence as well coming through from here on the RSI, and that's another reason why we are seeing this little micro tiny uptrend, but still overall macro downtrend. I think Hamilton is going to go into the macro here for Bitcoin just briefly before we start spinning the wheels and getting into the juicy trade-off. So do you want to jump into that, Hammy?
Absolutely. Let's get this going. So yeah, looking forward to spinning these wheels, seeing what altcoins we get. It could be absolute just trash. It's really going to be a complete random walk here, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It's bound to be eventful for sure, and it does look like Bitcoin is in the midst of a potential breakout if it wants to continue up here. But at the moment, if we're looking at this right now, obviously we had this channel coming through. Again, not so valid here because of this, but still valid nonetheless. We did dump down as well on a weekend when CME is not trading, so that's obviously not a great sign as well in terms of validity and basically looking for shorts and breaking down to this measure move. But nonetheless, we have initiated the measure move technically, and that would bring us down to around 18,000 here, right? In terms of trend lines coming down from our wicks here, we've got a couple to really talk about and just slightly different angles based on correlative activity on those lines, right? So if we are looking at this generally, just want to double check everything's working. Yep, beautiful stuff. We can see here that, yeah, I would basically still be looking for my trade here if we do want to break above this kind of 20,500, 20,800 would be a bit better for a long potentially here. But again, we're only here for an hour today, so I'm not expecting that today. It would be fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I don't expect that today. But if we do want to kind of get some light over this area over the next kind of weekend-ish times, then yeah, it could initiate the beginnings of an uptrend. What you really want to see here for the next following weeks over September is to get over this 21.3 area as well, back above this trend line, back way above 20k, and then starting some momentum and some constructive structure here towards the upside in a bullish way. If we are talking about divergences as well, we've got the KVO, the Klinger volume oscillator here, giving us some hidden bullish divergence here on the daily. You could argue that's been played out already, but I feel like there's a few things stacking up here towards the bullish side that people just aren't talking about right now. So one of them is obviously hash ribbons. We've talked about this quite a lot over the past week and a half, so I'm not really going to go into it too much. But short story, the longs are good. Longs are very, very good, very, very reliable. So yeah, after this, if this does turn out to be a trap, I would be expecting a monumental bullish uptrend that could lead us way past 30k potentially. Not obviously over a week, but potentially like over, I would say, a month or two at least. Yeah, and that would be fantastic. But we'll see how it goes, because there's a lot of things dragging this down anyway. That's basically the macro. If we zoom out, when in doubt, zoom out, we can see, yes, we are still in this kind of anti-inverse parabolic just run towards the ground right now. So hopefully we don't just bang it towards the ground. But if we do, we'll find shorts on the way there anyway. I do believe it is altcoin time. So yeah, we can get into that. I do just want to show you, I have a pretty similar setup here to Chester. I would be looking for a break over this kind of 20,500, looking for this measure move towards the upturn. If we do start breaking up on these lower time frames, then there might be a bit of bullishness to come through there. And yeah, it's also worth, if you are trading on these smaller time frames, to kind of check out the moving averages as well with that. So yeah, if we can stay above this on the 15-minute, fantastic. Play it off the moving averages. Do that with the altcoins that we're going to be trading as well. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, don't follow our trades. Don't copy our trades here today, guys, because this is absolute degen gamble land, and this is basically to show you what's good and how you can lose money with this. So yeah, Chester, are you ready? Shall we spin this bad boy?
Yep, all ready to go. Let me know. I've just actually messed up my setup, but yeah, I'm good to go. So yeah, I can sort that out in a second. But yeah, good to go. Are you going to spin first and pick your altcoin, and then you're going to spin for me and go from there?
Yeah, so the way we're going to do this, and just to let you know, we're doing with $300 each here, so not much for us. This is like not much at all. So yeah, we're basically expecting to potentially lose all of this, and we've also made a rule change as well here, where we've taken out the lower leverages just to go full on degen here. We love it. We love to see it. So let's get into this. It's going to be I'll get a coin first, and then Chester will get a coin, and then we'll go back and forth like that. And yeah, what are we saying here, Chester? Are we going to do one each and then go through it, or are we just going to do three at the start? What are you saying?
I think maybe one each, because otherwise, to be honest with you, I probably won't remember my other coins if I'm doing some TA and going through that. But just quickly, on the 15-minute chart, we just had a shooting star candle. So we could see a bit of a reversal coming through here for Bitcoin. Just so you all know. Resistance might be playing out again. Very interesting stuff here. So let's get these wheels spin. Let's get some altcoins picked, and let's trade off.
I'm muted. There we go. So let's jump in here with the first coin. What am I going to get? Hopefully it is not SHIB. I hate SHIB with a passion, but we'll jump in here and see how this goes. Let's have a look. What's it going to be? MKR. I'm not really against it. I haven't checked this coin out in a while, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, let's see what Chester gets coming through
I actually quite like MKR, you know. Yeah, I quite like it. It's a very low supply coin as well. Very, very low supply. I think it's probably priced at like $1,100 at the moment or something. It's not bad. I think it's not very. Yeah. Anyway, very well said about MKR, but yeah.
Alrighty, cool. Well, I haven't checked it out in a while, so hopefully that is true. MKR, I've got to remember that. Let me know what you guys think of MKR in the chat, and we will basically get into this after we've spanned the wheel for Chester. Have you got something to say? Oh, all right, cool. Let's jump in. 3, 2, 1. Spin that bad boy. What have we got? What's it gonna be?
What am I gonna get?
Rose.
Rose, yeah, I'm good for Rose. Yeah, I'm good for Rose. That's not too bad. Not too bad. I haven't looked at it in probably a week or so, but yeah, I'm good for that. So should Should we now spin the main wheel and get some timers and some leverage and some equity for how much we're going to be risking in these trades?
Alrighty, yeah, so what was it? MKR versus Rose. Everyone remember that? If you want to help us out, just throw that in the chat because we may forget it. We are fairly forgetful sometimes. So let's jump in just to remind you guys what is good. We're going to share this tab instead. There we go. So yeah, just to remind you guys what is good here. We can see leverage used on the left-hand side here. And then we've got the time we have to take the trade. That will be in the bottom middle of the screen when we have done this and once we started the timers. And then we have the amount of our account we have to deploy in these trades. So it's going to be interesting. We have to take the trades before the timer runs out, of course. And yeah, it could just be nasty. It could be like a 30x. 50% of our account, and then 5 minutes only to take the trade. Hopefully it's not that, but we'll see how it goes. Let's jump in and spin that bad boy. Boom. Okay, 15x. Why is that? Oh, it's only span one.
Great.
Hang on. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. I can spin all here. Yeah, I just missed that button.
And as you guys can see, we have actually got rid of like 1 and 2x now. So we to make it more entertaining, we're basically going to be risking more capital. So yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun, guys.
All right, so let's do it. Spin all. This time we're getting it right. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we got 9x, still pretty beefy. We got 10 minutes to make this trade, and it's just 10% of our account, so quite tame one to start off. Who went last? I went last. So did you wanna start off with what was, I already forgot it. Was it Rose?
Yeah, I can start off with Rose. Yeah, so as I said, I haven't done tier on this in quite a while, so it's literally a completely fresh chart for you guys. Yeah, completely fresh chart for you guys. So I will literally get that on now. And yeah, we'll start off on. I haven't actually set my timer. Have you set the timer yet, Hammy? No.
No. Hang on. Let me get that right. What was it 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes on the timer.
Let me just check this is the right timer. Hang on. Is this the right timer? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So 10 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Let's trade.
Bang! Straight away, guys. As you can see, we're going to be starting off on the daily time frame here for Rose, or should I say Oasis. I mean, the bottom that we had seen for this so far through this horrific market which we're currently a part of, right? It's not actually doing that great. Okay, we've not really seen that much momentum to the upside actually resume here, and we've actually dipped near enough another 50%. That's horrific. But yeah, the low that we're working with here is around 4 cents, currently trading around 6 cents from there, and it's not great. Okay, we're below our major moving averages here after actually seeing a bit of upwards momentum. We're now below our major moving averages here in this sideways sort of just horrific range, really. In terms of the horizontal area that I would be looking for here on the longer term time frame would be something along the lines of this. You can see the support, you can see the resistance, you can see we're currently testing this level of support to see how we're potentially going to react for that, and that's going to be around 6 cents. I would still say currently pretty bearish right now, just because we're below major moving averages here. We are in this downtrend as well. We are breaking lows, we are setting lower highs here. In terms of chart patterns, what am I looking for? I would be just probably doing something along the lines of this, just to be simple here on the 4 hour. And this is what we like to do. If you are a new trader, we like to start off on the longer term timeframes, get the stronger TA here, because we know TA on the longer term timeframe tends to be more respected here. So we like to do this on the longer term timeframes first and basically work our way down. You can see we have a falling wedge chart pattern. Falling wedges, they do tend to usually break up, guys. So this is definitely very interesting for an area to be looking out for that. Annoyingly, we do have moving averages coming down with force, which will be acting as resistance, and we are still unfortunately below our major moving average. So it's not looking good here for a long, but we will be jumping down even further to see what we're working with there, because I mean, it's the same sort of story as Bitcoin. I would say, as you can see, we've got lower highs coming down, and you can see we've got this higher low, and still breaking lows in terms of market structure. We're still looking fairly bearish right now. So if I'm going to be going with a trend, I will be preying on a rejection of one of these major moving averages here. Obviously, I've got 10 minutes here, so I've got a lot of time. We see volume is trending down here on the shorter term time frames as well. We have seen Pretty strong hammer candle as well on the bottom side here, and that's going to be from the low that we currently have created. We're up around 3.83%, which is quite substantial. Okay, it's quite substantial considering that's only happened today, right? Considering Bitcoin as well. If Bitcoin is going to be breaking out here, let's jump to the Bitcoin chart ever so quickly. If Bitcoin is going to be breaking out here, even though we did have that shooting star candle here on the 15-minute, which tends to be bearish after this pretty big pump, I may say, I would expect probably a move to the upside here from Rose, right? I would expect a move to the upside here from Rose. I probably wouldn't be going that heavy. I probably would just be resting on a level of support, something along the lines of this, right? So how long have we got? That's an hourly candle to be working with there. Not great. Not great. We are testing that at this point in time. So maybe I want to use this as a level of respect in terms of resistance here, and then go down to the short-term timeframes, still using that, and hopefully get a candle body close somewhere that I can go on inside of this inside of the time frame that we're currently working with. I mean, in terms of the micro, the 5-minute, you can see this is quite a nice, healthy structure, actually. Just looking at it, you can see obviously our low, we've got higher lows coming through, breaking highs coming through for like so. And yeah, it's not too bad, okay? We do have nice higher lows coming through from here. So if I'm going to die with the trend as your friend, inside of that chart pan on the macro time frame, I probably would be looking for a long position. Okay, I probably would be looking for a long position. Just looking at it now, I'm sure I'm gonna have a bit more time coming through from here, but it is looking like we are holding support currently on this horizontal level of support here. So if that is going to happen and we do get a nice solid candle body close, oh, I just saw a candle body close there actually on the 15-minute, which is not great. So maybe I'll bang it up to there, because we know if we got a candle body close there, we got absolutely rejected. So we're going to go on this candle body close, because you can see the momentum to the upside from there. And then we're going to be using these wicks as just tests of support there. So ideally, I want to see a candle body close in the next 5 minutes, 4 rows above this level, around 6 cents, 264. If we can get a candle body close above that, I would be looking for continuation of the trend. In terms of a stop loss, I mean, I've got plenty moving averages below me on the short term time frame, so I probably would just be simply using them. Okay. Oh, look at that 55 on the 30-minute as well. That's quite interesting to see as well, guys. That's going to be quite interesting to see if we can get above that on that candle body close for that. Was it the 15-minute or the 5-minute? It was the 15-minute. We are going to see a candle body close to the 15-minute on this. So yeah, I'm pretty good there. I would say I would like to just go with the continuation of the trend here. And I probably would just be going up to the 200 EMA here on the 15-minute. And for a take profit for that, it's going to be around 6 cents 36 there. So in terms of candle body close, it would be around a 1% move, guys. It's going to be around a 1% move to the upside if I can get this position coming through. I don't really like the idea of shorting here, to be honest with you. I don't like the idea of shorting here. I mean, we have had a resistance once here, resistance twice, but you can see the resistance coming through. The momentum, obviously, humongous dump to the downside first, getting weaker. Okay, it is getting weaker. So if we are going to see a dump, it's probably not going to be very strong. It's probably going to be coming down to the 55, because you can see the bearish momentum is slowing down here in terms of the rejection off this horizontal. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm sort of looking for here. I mean, we might even get a little doji star there as well, which does show uncertainty in the price and which direction it's going to go. So yeah, I think I've got a little bit of time here to be wondering what I'm going to be doing, and Bitcoin is still hovering around. Does look like it's actually going to get rejected here from these two major 200 EMA and SMA moving averages as well, and also this horrible horizontal as well. So if I do see Bitcoin close below this as well, I probably would be actually looking for a short here, 4 rows. But as I said, it's not going to be very big. The momentum is not great, so it might even be down to the 10 simple or even the 55, which is going to be a 0.63% move here. And this is not great, okay, because we are on 9x leverage here, 4 rows. We are on 9x leverage here, 4 rows at 10%. And as I said, 10 minutes we've got. This is going to be horrible, because obviously it's not a very big move. It's a 0.63% move here. This is not great if we're at 9x, because the fees will probably overtake our position here. So it's not going to be great for me if I go short here. So yeah, it's not looking good. How are things looking there for your side, Hammy?
Well, to put it simply, not great. I basically got into a long.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and from that point, it's just gone down. It's not great. It's not going great here. So I was basically hoping for this trend to continue. I've got let me just show you my buy bit right now. yeah, I got a pretty tight stop on this one. It does look like I'm about to get stopped out now as well. Not great, not great. But yeah, I was basically hoping for the trend to continue here after basically a trap, and then looking at the last wave from the most recent trap as well, you can see here, right? So I was kind of hoping that we'd continue this trend a bit longer and then kind of bounce along these moving averages, but not looking fantastic so far. It's going to be a 4% loss if I lose at this point, and it'll be a 4% win if I win, right? Not completely over yet, but it's looking very, very close to that. I mean, we're half a cent away here. But yeah, from the moment I saw this coin, I was kind of like, oh dear, this is not great. We've been going up for a while. It looks like we could basically easily get rejected here, but I mean, there's no signs that that we were going down at the time, right? We'd just broken the previous high. I was expecting to potentially get to this area first. Then I thought, hey, a little bit more profit would probably cancel the fees as well. So I was looking for basically coming up here a bit longer. But not always the case. I mean, we've got 0.5% here before we get stopped out. But yeah, this is something you can expect when you are kind of in the forest in these moving averages. Anyway, a bit of volatility. Maybe I should have my stops a little bit wider there. But just the take profit just doesn't make sense to have as wide as the stop there if I was going to bring that stop wider. So I'd be happier taking a little bit more of a low risk scenario here. And if we do want to continue the trade, that's cool. And if we do want to continue the trend, that's cool. But yeah, that's essentially what I've done so far here. If we're going to zoom out here on MKR, if you guys are interested, I mean, we've got over this on the hourly, the 7 SMA coming through, and yeah, I was kind of hoping that we'd probably come up, test this area, and then basically hit the take profit, which is at 763 here, which is also where this beautiful moving average is, right? The only issue with that is obviously this horizontal that could have rejected us. So I took a bit of a risk here and said, hey, yes, we had a bit of a wick here. I was expecting to absorb the wick towards the other side. Absolutely plausible trading, particularly on an hourly as well. But yeah, it's also important, as Chester was saying, to look at the Bitcoin chart. And this is the 4 hour of the Bitcoin chart. Just look at it. It's dirty. It's just dirty. So if we are going to look at this, yeah, I mean, it could go either way. It was a bit of a coin flip. And yeah, it's looking not that great right now, but I mean, we have time. We have time here. It could flip around. Who knows? And then if we are looking at the 4 hour as well, we've come off this volume weighted ATR band, coming up, tapping this 7 SMA here on the 4 hour for MKR would make sense to me as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not completely broken here. I could still recover this, but I'm not going to be taking too much of a risk on it. It doesn't make too much sense there. So timer is about to end. Should we move on to the next coin here, or have you hit your take?
Yes, I would just like to go into my position very quickly because I actually went short here for Rose, and I just want to go into basically showing you guys why. Okay, went short here for Rose, as you can see, looking for a take profit here at around 6211, so 6 cents 211 here. The reasoning for this is I do think we'll come down, test the 55, and with the way that Bitcoin is currently reacting right now, as you can see, we are seeing pretty heavy resistance after that shooting star candle here coming through on the 15 minutes. So I would expect a bit more downwards momentum to the 21 EMA here for Bitcoin. We also do have a very, very strong level of support coming through from here, and we do obviously have a nice pivot point coming through for the WOD machine there as well. Currently sat at around 19,966. So if Bitcoin is going to have a little bit of continuation, it's just going to be a minor pullback from this most recent way to the upside, and also resistance coming through off the major moving averages here, I would be happy with Rose coming down as well, just testing simply the 55 EMA and also the 21. It's not going to be a huge take profit, but it's still going to be probably over around, I think it's around 2.35%. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking for here for Rose. And yeah, that's I'm pretty good for that. I think I'm pretty good for that. So so yeah, Hammy, do you want to go into and for my stop loss? I sorry, just to carry on, I would be using Bitcoin here. I would be using Bitcoin's very strong area of resistance here, just probably above that market structure, because I know if that holds down in terms of resistance, I don't think Rose is going to be in any sort of stance to be breaking out right now. Okay, right now I don't think, unless we see that nice candle body close, which we didn't get here for the 15-minute here for Rose. So yeah, the bearish momentum is probably going to play out here in my opinion. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, moving across to the next round, right? Next round.
Yep. Looks pretty good. Let's jump in here to the next coin. Let's see what we have in store. Just bring up. Oh, they have exactly the same title. This is not great. Okay, this one. Cool. So let's jump in here Again, we got all of Bybit's coins here, so there's quite a lot, as you can see, on the list. So hopefully we get a good one here this time. Yeah, I'll just do the first one. We'll just do it back and forth. Cool, cool, cool. So let's jump in and spin that bad boy. Let's see what we get. Da-da-da. BNB. Okay, interesting. Interesting. A little bit less volatile, I would say, than a lot of coins. Not my favorite pick here out of all of them, but I mean, I'll take it. Might be predictable. Might go hand in hand with Bitcoin, whatever Bitcoin does. So yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Especially at the moment as well. Like we've been watching BNB's chart over the last, say, probably 2-3 weeks or so. It's just been pretty sideways action, right? Not that much going on. It's kind of just, to be honest, it's actually holding its own, which is quite nice to see. Quite nice to see. What coin have you got for me there for me to trade against BNB?
Let's find out. So BNB versus, what do we got? Your mic is not muted. Is that right? Hello? Am I coming through both mics then? What? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, FTM. Okay, interesting.
Okay, not too bad. Yeah, I've heard some pretty good things about FTM recently. Yeah, so I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to trade this. So let's spin the other wheels and see what leverage we get dumped with, right? Let's get this going.
What are we gonna get? Got that little gambling tingle when these spin. I don't know what it is. All right, so it's like the spin and go on poker, if you remember that. All right, so we got 8x, we got 10 minutes, and it's 25% of our account. Quite a big one here. If I lose the current trade I'm in, it's actually going to be like not much of a loss at all, like $1 or something, right? So this might be actually a little bit more substantial in terms of loss if we kind of go in that direction. So yeah, I believe it's me first, right? So what was it? BNB. Let's check this out. BNB on the Bybits, and let's jump in and check out this chart. I do actually have... Oh.
Let's get the timer going.
Yeah, my bad. All right, so timer, I've done that twice now. Was it 10 minutes again? Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, cool. 10 minutes in 3, 2, 1. Trade. Fight.
Trade off.
All right, let's jump in here. Timer is on the screen. Let's get this going. I'm going to basically dive into this over 5 minutes and then pass it to Chester for his coin, FTM. But BNB right now, if we're looking at this, we can see, yes, a wedge, much like the rest of the market. And I think we actually analyzed this yesterday or the day before, something like that. And yeah, we can see here that yeah, we've got this top trend line, we've got this bottom trend line making the wedge. We've got a trap zone here based on this beautiful little wick. But the fact that we're in this pattern is not fantastic. I think what I'm going to do here is actually check out a little bit of the old volume moving averages and see if there is a potential move starting. It does look like there is a potential move starting, but it's not really, it's not like we have 2 closes over the last moving averages. And if you're wondering what this is, guys, it's moving averages of volume, right? So the blue line is going to be the smallest moving average, similar to like the 7 SMA, right? And then the rest will be bigger moving averages. And obviously, if we're in this way, we're gaining volume, we're gaining traction in a direction, and then if we're below, it's more like we're compressing and more likely to go sideways. So the fact that we're just above this doesn't really give me much to see in terms of volatility, kind of in the middle as well. And yeah, it's definitely a coin flip right now, if I'm going to say anything about this. So what can we see if we go down a time frame? Because obviously this is a 4-hour. We've got the general direction here. We are in between moving averages on the hourly. Potentially we get a bounce here and go up to kind of test this again. Or if we close below this by the end of the 5 minutes, which obviously we've got 38 minutes on the candle, so it's not going to happen. But yeah, if we look down at the 5 minute as well, we'll probably get a better idea of this. Before we do that, though, I'll check out the 15 minute, see what is good here. So we've broken this structure. I guess my other trade got, yeah, I got stopped out on the other one. Not great. That's a loss. That is a loss here. Oh, but we did make the rule you need to take profit to get a point, right? Or something like that. I don't remember it.
I just hit to take profit, baby.
Okay.
Yeah. Hit 2%. Right. Very nice
That's
stuff indeed, and that was for Rose.
Let me just add that to your score. Boom. If you're looking for the score, guys, it's in the bottom bar. You can see Chester now has 1 point. Beautiful stuff. Taking that from my esports days. But yeah, let's go back to BNB here and just check this out on a 15. Yeah, it does look like it's broken structure here, but this is actually the perfect angle to actually make a low. So I don't want to get caught out twice here. This is going to be a kind of brutal one if I just take losses all stream. But yeah, again, we're in the middle of this range here on the 5 minute. Could go either way. We have broken this previous low, but again, it's a 5 minute, so not fantastic. There's a chance we bounce here on this high, this horizontal. But let's see what the volume's saying on the 5-minute. Okay, it does look like it's a substantial move so far. The last kind of wave down was a lot of volume coming through, and then a similar. Actually, no, we didn't get much volume coming through on that. It was more of a contraction. So. Yeah, interesting stuff here. This is a very coin flippy time to be doing this stream, as always. That's why it's a big old gamble. But yeah, I'm more leaning towards a short here, but I would like this to come up first and then potentially go up from there. But it looks like potentially we might just bang this down, and it kind of looks like it's picking up the momentum first. So I think I might go for a bit of a wider stop here on this one, although it is a bit more of my account. It does look like it is in a bit more of a momentous way towards the downside. The last trade we did, it was kind of like at the end of a trend or potentially could continue the trend. This is a little bit more in a direction, I would say. So I am looking more at a short, but I will bide my time here, and then hopefully we get an open on this next candle in a minute and a half. We come up, we test this more recent horizontal, and then we can start and continue the dump and then find a short as that candle ends. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. That's kind of what I'm looking at here on the 5-minute, and then with a minute left to kind of explain what's going on. It's pretty similar here. On the 15-minute, probably a little wick up and then continuation towards the downside is what I'm looking at right now. And we've actually been quite lucky as this has gone on, because it's got less away from the middle. But as I say that, we get this wick up. So we'll see how this goes. I will pass it over to you, Chester. How is it going over there while I panic for a position?
Yeah, so I obviously started on FTM. I was quite lucky. I already had some TA on FTM from my macro perspective anyway. And as you can see, I will run through that for you guys, starting off here on the daily, because I've got 5 minutes to go through this. You can see we do have a nice lower high get putting here, another lower high coming through there, and that is basically creating the top side of resistance of this symmetrical triangle chart pattern. Symmetrical triangle chart pattern at the bottom of this filthy, horrific downtrend actually means it's called a bearish pennant chart pattern, guys. Bearish pennant chart patterns, they're continuation patterns to the downside, okay? The continuation patterns to the downside. So on the macro right now, we are actually on a breakout to the downside. Very, very interesting stuff, because the measure move for this is actually something along the lines of this, and we are going to bring that down something like that, and it's going to be around a 42.75% move to the downside. This is on the basis, obviously, if crypto keeps going to the toilet, then we will see FTM actually have the continuation of this measure move, and there will be money on the table to be taken. If I was actually trading this on the macro right now, which I'm probably gonna be soon if we break this low, then I would be using very key areas for my take profits, right? My take profits would be just simply market structure areas around 23 cents and around this low of around 19.55. So that's what we'll be looking at on the macro. Let me jump down to the micro, because that's pretty much what we're working with here. I'll start off on the hourly. A little bit messy, as you can see, guys, just because I've had to like draw all over this, because going down different time frames to see sort of what I'm sort of looking for there. Can I click the right tool for once? God damn. You can see giant falling wedge coming through. You can see the support on the lower side here. Falling wedges tend to usually mean we break to the upside, which, to be honest with you, I would not be surprised here with obviously having the trap basically coming through for that giant symmetrical triangle chart pattern on the macro, guys. So this is sort of what I would be looking for if we do see this breakout here. 9% move, 9.23% to the upside here. Very, very interesting stuff. If we could jump down another time frame here, probably gonna stay on the hourly actually. If we jump down, if we from the 4 hours to the 1 hour, if we were to jump down, we would see that we do have actually another chart pattern coming through in terms of a descending triangle. Descending triangles and down. You're correct. So a little bit of resistance coming through from here, breaking this horizontal that we've tested actually 3 times now. We did test it, but we got banged up. Don't know what the hell happened with the price here. Not great, but it just shows a nice big buy up coming through after a horrific dump. Just LinkedIn pinning me like crazy. So what I would be looking for here, because I do have a little bit of time for this position. Let me have a look at the clock quickly. 3 minutes left. I got time, baby. So if I'm going to be looking for a nice little short here, it is going to be around a 2.41%. And it is going to be in this sort of gap, guys, because we are going to be losing a major horizontal coming through from here. It is a chart pattern that is a bearish chart pattern to the downside. So I would ideally be liking a nice candle close here. Not going to get it, because obviously it's the 1 hour sort of time frame here. So I'm actually going to be looking for I just want us to dump. Just please dump down, okay? Please dump down, because that would be very, very clean. It would be quite clean if we were to dump down. But if I do have to really jump into this position over the next literally 3 minutes or so, I'm probably going to end up going short. The reasoning for this is because we near enough tested the 200 EMAs here. We are looking for that resistance coming through from these major moving averages here on the 15-minute. Bitcoin's looking bearish, just lost 20K here. Resistance coming through off the 200 EMA and SMA, losing major moving averages. So in terms of what I really, if I'm rushed into a trade here, I'm going to be drawing trend lines, probably something along the lines of this. And you can see we're currently breaking this, probably around 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. Not going to quite see a candle body close. I need to execute a position before that. So that's not great. Going to be jumping down to the 5-minute. What am I working with on the 5-minute? Have had that candle body close. Very, very strong bearish momentum coming through from there. We also do have a gravestone doji candle. I mean, it's not that great here because obviously we've got quite a few of them, but it's just something they're losing major moving averages as well. So yeah, I would be inclined to go short. It wouldn't be a very big position. It probably would just be down to this horizontal around 1.42%. Working with leverage here around 8% here on FTM with around $300. What was it? Was it 10%? 10% of our equity, I think it was.
25.
25% of our equity. Not great here. Some time frames. Let's see what we're working with. 1 minute on the clock. 15 seconds coming through from there. Coming on a retest on major moving averages as well on the 1 minute. 3 minute. What are we looking for? We lost the 200 SMA. So yeah, I'm going to go short here, guys. I'm going to go short. Where are we at? Short 25%. Market open. Yep, cool. In we go. Let's have a look at that. FTM short. Yeah, not bad. I'm not too upset with this. I'm not too upset with this. I would ideally like a bit more momentum to the downside here. We have lost a micro market structure here, so it's not all bad. And to be honest, I'm pretty confident with this. As long as Bitcoin keeps doing what it's doing and keeps getting rejected from major moving averages coming through from here, then yeah, I would be happy with my position here. What are you saying, Hammy? How's your position going there?
So I did go with the short. It all went to plan, besides like the last few seconds where we went back up. But I have faith, and again, it's a bit more of a smaller position here, well, a smaller range of take profits and stop losses here. So yeah, just over, I think it's 2.3% there and 2.6% for the take profit. So 2.3% loss if I get stopped out. And then, yeah, the 2.6 if I hit the take profit. So the take profit here, I've basically gone for this kind of high area where we kind of broke down from before. And if we do bring that up on a 5-minute on this chart, you can see a little bit better here, where you can see where we've just kind of bounced off these moving averages and made some kind of pivot potentially here. So I've got it just above this wick, as you can see, and hopefully we can come down there and hit that. It's all going potentially to plan here. We'll see. But I wouldn't expect us to just completely bang it. But the reason why I have my stop loss up this high, I think I had it, where was this thing? 277.7. So yeah, if we are going to bring this up from our entry, it's going to be, yeah, exactly there. Yeah, and the reason I got is just the most recent high here on the way up. It's pretty simple, common sense stuff. If we do want to head up here, that's fine, but we are below all these moving averages on the 5 minutes, so I would expect to bounce as this 7 SMA comes down. So as this comes down, I would expect this to kind of curl over and potentially have another wave towards the downside. And the idea here is the momentum kind of drifts off, and even if it does want to go up, that's fine. I just need it to kind of bide its time for a little bit as it completely just bombs it towards the upside. But yeah, I mean, what are we saying? Are we good for another trade here? Just let this run, let this do its thing.
Yeah, I've got my take profit and my stop loss set in. A little bit of a wider stop loss for me. If I just show you guys ever so quickly why I've done what I've done, because one, the market's pretty uncertain right now on what we're doing, and also I do have some pretty major moving averages on my side here, especially here on the hourly. We've got the 55, so I'm gonna just bang my stop loss above that. I am short, just to reiterate, guys. Gonna bang my stop loss above that, and also on the 15-minute, we've also got the 200 EMA and SMA coming down. Okay, so the longer that we're in this position, I'm gonna be basically moving my stop loss down with the price of these moving averages on the average of what they're doing. Okay. That's what I would say about the stop loss there. And in terms of a take profit, I didn't actually want to go all the way down to this horizontal, so I actually cut it in a bit early and banged it in here because I saw the momentum coming through from this area. And if that's going to come up, I don't want to leave this money on the table, right? I just want to take it, get out, make the P's, and then basically move on to the next round. And yeah, so imagine if I didn't have my take profit around here and we came down, we banged it straight up to stop loss, I would not be very happy. Okay, and obviously. Yeah, so I'll still be making a significant amount of paper planes with that. I think it's I think it's 16% loss if I lose, but obviously I'm going to be trailing that down, guys. And also for the take profit, we're looking at around a 7.39%. So the lower that this price gradually trends down as a continuation there, then it's going to be very, very good for me in terms of the moving averages moving as well. Currently looking around minus $1 in profit. Absolutely fine. Still in this position. Still got a lot of time to go through. Happy to go for round 2. Is it round 3? Round 3 if you're up for it, Hammy.
Alrighty then, let's get these wheels going. This is the fun part, right? This is it. This is where it gets, as you say, juicy. I can't do it as well. All right, let's jump in here. Just check everything's working, everything's good. Quick shout out here. I see Donna, I see AB Lopez. I haven't seen you in a while, bro. Welcome back. Slothbag as well. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope you're having a great day. Let us know how you're doing in the chat. If you guys are in any positions, that is cool as well. And without further ado, guys, let's spin this bad boy. Sandy. All right. Well,
He's a beach ball.
It's so on brand, right? Sand. All right, cool. So that's my coin. Let's see what Chester gets here. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
1 mana, Kava.
Or Kava, I don't know. So Sand versus Kava, KVA.
Kava.
And let's do the fun bit as well. This is where it gets great. If you are just joining us, leverage use is the wheel on the left. We've got time to take the trade, and then we have the amount of the account we have to use. We started with $300 here, and yeah, it's been a loss so far for me, but I feel like we can turn this around. Let's jump in and spin these bad boys. So it's what was one? Sand versus Kava. Here we go. Let's jump in. Let's get it done. It looks so much better with this background, actually.
Yeah, I agree, actually. It really is, as you said, on brand as well. And just so you know, I'm up 3% in my current position.
Winner. Chicken Dins. That's actually higher than my take profits, so...
Could close it and win the round.
Yeah, easy. All right, so this is actually a beefy one. 20x, 7 minutes, and 10% of our stack. That is huge. Hopefully these altcoins go up that high. We made a rule that basically if they don't go up that high, what we do, we just slide it to the top, whatever it is. And that can result in either less lost or more won, right? Or less won. Less won or less, I don't know. Less lost or less won, depending on what it is, right? So yeah, it can go either way. It's not really too much of a big factor. Could be a disadvantage or an advantage, right? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so also, is like exactly what you were just saying there. If I just share my screen quickly. If I share my screen quickly. Share my screen quickly. I share my screen quickly. So is it just a prime example of what Hamilton was just saying there? You can see the leverage doesn't quite go up to 20x, which does suck. So we are just going to be using that 12.5x, sliding that leverage bar all the way to the top. And I just want to close my position and win the round here live on stream against Hammy and see if I can get a. I guess you'd have to leave your trade up, right? If you want to beat me and move your take profit even lower. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we both get a point if we hit our take profits, but it would mean you have a higher chance of winning the whole thing because you would earn more on the final total balance, right? So you get that extra point at the end. So it's really like a strategic decision. But yeah, just building on what you were just saying, mine actually goes up to 50x. Obviously, Sand's quite a popular coin. But yeah, I believe you are starting this one, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, I am starting this one. Sorry, let me just prepare my chart a second.
Timer.
Yeah, timer. Yeah. What was the equity again? Was it 25%?
It's 10%. Yeah, 10%, 7 minutes, 20x. All right. Hope you guys are having a great day. Again, get the likes in. That would be fantastic. Yeah, this is just super fun for us. Hopefully it's fun for you guys as well. Just taking the gambling aspect out of your lives, and you guys can just watch us gamble instead. How's that? That sounds quite fun.
I shared my screen just then because my trade went up to 4.41%. I'm going to be taking that, guys. That's very nice for me. Yeah, the FTM sort of trade really did make sense there for that position. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And that's a point to me, right, for hitting my take profit. And for AB Lopez, who's asking, if you look down, you can actually see the bars. I'm not sure if it's that clear. They're meant to light up, right?
Yeah,
light up to see which points and who's winning. So yeah, if you just look either side, and you should see, I think it's me that's
yeah,
winning.
I hit my take profit as well.
Oh,
Obviously.
very nice.
Yeah, so I'm back up to $299.7 at the moment. What are you on at the moment?
I'm currently on 301.59, so I'm doing all right for myself.
All right, so we both get a point here. I think it's 2-1 to you, and you're winning the end game, the last point here, which would be cool.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I'll start off with we'll start the timers, and then I'll start off straight away with a bit of kava.
All right, let's start the timer. Are you ready? You're good? Yeah. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Let's trade. Timer's going to be at the bottom right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Right, guys, as you can see, I have not done any TA on this ever before, I don't think. So unless it was requested on one of my streams, Crypto Chester, go check him out. That's me. As you can see here, guys, we do have a very nice level on this lower side here that we are going to be using as a trend line here on the macro. This is going to be a level of support. We are setting higher lows here, so it is technically a little bit bullish here, but I do want to just reiterate, horrific lower highs, okay? Symmetrical triangle chart pattern, which does mean at the bottom of a downtrend, you are seeing a bearish pennant chart pattern. This tends to usually be a continuation pattern to the downside. So the measure move for this on the longer term time frame on the macro would be something like this. So the macro sort of initial move here is to the downside. So this is definitely something that I'm going to be considering here when placing this position. So I'm going to be moving down timeframes now to see what we're working with. We are in a micro downtrend like so. We have actually challenged this lower high with not quite the potential that I wanted here. And we are looking on a micro breakdown here for maybe a parallel channel we could be working with. Something along the lines of this. Might be broadening wedge, and I bloody hate broadening wedges. No, it's going to be a symmetrical triangle chart pattern, another bearish pennant chart pattern to the downside. So here for the shorter term timeframes here, guys, I know I've got 3 hours and 20 minutes on this candle, so I'm going to be jumping down even further here. Micro downtrend, probably looking for more of a macro break to the downside here. We do have a broadening wedge coming through there as well, looking something along the lines of this. I hate broadening wedges, as the CC gang, my community know. Not a fan, but we are below our major moving averages here. If we're not looking at chart patterns, we're below our major moving averages here. The trend is your friend. Going to be looking at a short position here if this is going to continue here. Got 5 minutes and 15 seconds on this candle. Looking, it's near enough bang on the timer, okay? So yeah, below our major moving averages, I would be inclined for a short position. Probably just continuation here after setting this lower high and coming down, probably testing this low again, right? Ideally, I want to see us break this area. I want to see us break this area in terms of horizontal, because you can see the level of support coming through from here. If I don't get that, I probably would just be using market structure as some sort of stop loss there, moving averages, those sorts of things coming through. What is the EMA ribbon saying? That's still saying short there. Interesting stuff. What's the volume saying? Volume's trending down pretty low at this point in time as well. So yeah, maybe what are we 20x for this position? I'm actually 12.5% x for this position. So maybe we might see a long position coming through from here from this horizontal if we don't break it. Moving down to the shorter term timeframes now, see what we're looking at. Still below our major moving averages. It's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. I probably will just go short and use the moving averages as my stop loss sort of safety blanket there. Going to throw it over to Hammy here, and while I make my mind up on what the hell I'm going to be doing.
Love to see it. Love to see it. So yeah, that's basically most traders right now. It's like, what the hell is going on? how are we going to trade this, dude? But yeah, let's take a look at. Am I on sand? Is sand me? Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. Cool. So let's take a look at sand. Sand is an interesting one right now because we've had somewhat of a descending triangle kind of playing out here. Obviously not exactly hitting this one, but we do have a little bit of a wedge here as well. So I think it's quite likely we do head up here, but what I'm going to do here is, and we don't really have a lot of time here on this timer this time around, so it's going to be a bit of a coin flip again, but But basically, if we close above this this moving average, this 7 SMA on the hourly, oh no, sorry, we've got 18 minutes left on that. What am I talking about? But yeah, if we're above there by the end of this timer, then yeah, I'm probably going to be more likely heading towards the long side. If it's the other way around and we're below it, then the short side is looking a little bit more prominent for me. It does just seem poetic that we do just come down here as well. Just looking at this, right? We've had. Did I just do something or something? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, double click by accident. But yeah, we can see here that we had our wick here towards the downside, and then we've come back up and absorbed that wick. So if this does want to head down now, much like our last trade here, right, where we hit this this moving average, we came down, had a bit of a reaction off of it. We both, Chester and I, got into those shorts based on that prediction, and it did play out. Very nice stuff, and that's just something you can kind of look for as well when you are kind of trading these micros. But yeah, if we are looking at this, if we do want to come up here, then it would be an interesting one to be trying to find a short, but it's definitely a coin flip right now. I'll say that very, very confidently. This is definitely 50-50. This wick could just be the low. We make a higher low, and then we head up quite easily. So it's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. Let's go up to the 15 minutes, see what's good over there. Again, just kind of looking to see if we want to head down here. This might actually want to come down and test this volume weighted ATR band one more time. But yeah, a little bit of a Darth Maul forming as well. So yeah, I think I am more leaning, just looking at this on the micros here, even on the 1 minute, it does look kind of like it wants to head up, but we'll see how it goes. We actually have the 1 minute, and this is kind of not that relevant, but the 1 minute volume weighted ATR band here as well, potentially giving us a little bit of trouble to get over. But yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the upside. I don't know if that's a good thing. Again, this is a 50-50 right now, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I literally could press any of the buttons right now. Literally, I might even blindly do it. To be honest, this is as we were just saying in the last coin, right? We come down with a wave. We could easily bounce off of this area and head up, or that momentum could kind of slowly do something like that. And in that case, and remember, I am on 20x here, so this is not going to be a pleasant one, to say the least. Luckily, we have 10%, right? And we got 1 minute left to make this trade. So I'm biding my time here. And it does look, maybe I will go short here in the end. Here, because, yeah, 1 minute left, exactly on line with the timer as well. Very, very interesting stuff. And, yeah, I think we'll head over to Bybit here and open this short position. Please give me a win and stop Chester out.
Yeah, I just went short on Kava actually. I mean, it's a bit annoying because my position margin is only literally $22, because obviously the leverage is so small. It's only 10% of the account, so it's not really big at all. It's probably not even going to move that much. In terms of the chart and what I'm actually looking for here. Let me just share this with you guys so you guys can see what I was actually going on about. I haven't set any TPs or stop losses yet, but what I will be doing here, I will just be using this ascending triangle, as you can see here. I was going to be looking for a potential move to the upside, and then I basically saw that it's just a bit too good to be true right now. So I ended up just going short with watching Bitcoin, right? And using Bitcoin as a just a clear statistic. We've lost 20,000 with bearish momentum coming through. So I would expect at least a test of this horizontal level of support on Bitcoin here on the lower side. We didn't quite test it. So I really would expect just a test on that lower side. If that is going to be happening here, we are going to see a breakdown here for Kava. I would be looking for probably quite a wide stop loss here for Kava. I don't know how to say it, but I would be looking for a wide stop loss here. And this would be using, again, market structure lower highs. And also we do have the 200 EMA and 200 SMA coming down for resistance for me as well. And as I said before on my previous position, I will just be using these to trail my stop loss down. Okay. I'll be using them to trail my stop loss down. So I'm going to be putting my stop loss probably for now at 1.749. So let's go over to Bybit and do that right now. 1.749, and we can see how much that is. 1.749, and that's going to be around a 24% loss on my current lot size. Okay, it's only $5. Don't lose your mind. It's only $5, so really not worried about that. And as I said, I'm going to be trailing that down continuously there. It is a bit unfair that my equity size is is actually not my equity size, but no, yeah, my position size is going to be smaller because my leverage is smaller, because obviously Hamilton and Crypto can leverage more because it's a different coin. So yeah, we will have to work that out and get those jotted down. But what I'm looking for here is going to be a move down to this most recent low for this downtrend, okay? And that is going to be probably around 1.695. And if I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to probably be going on candle body close just to be safe. So it's going to be 1.701. So back to Bybit now. I didn't change the screen, but hey, we move 1.71, as I just said there, and that's going to be around a 3.64% gain here on this current position. So very interesting stuff. Currently down around 4% there, so not good. How's your trade going over there, Hammy?
Terribly, awfully. Just get away from me. This is not going well. This is not going well. But I mean, it's all part of the plan, man. It's all part of the plan. I think we could still come down here and just this could be a little bit of a bounce before continuation. Hopefully, that's the plan. Anyway, I think just kind of expanding on what you were saying. Yeah, I feel like what we should do, instead of having to jot everything down, we just take the lowest leverage. So, for example, yours was the lowest max, right? And I would just do that on this as well. I feel like that's going to be the most efficient route. Right?
Yeah, I agree there. Yeah, that would be definitely the most efficient way of doing it. Otherwise, it is unfortunately not fair, because obviously you're leveraging more. If your trade goes the right way, your percentage is going to be obviously a lot higher. Okay, so yeah, hopefully I win this.
Yeah, I'm literally, this is not going well. This is just pumping straight through. Let's take a look at this on the trading views as well, and just take a look and see what's good and see if it's any different. Obviously, it's not any different. It's the same chart, but if we can bring this up to a 15-minute, hopefully there's some kind of resistance here that can get in the way. Okay, so yeah, we have moving averages here on the 15, on the 5. Let me see. What about the 30-minute as well, just to kind of really help? Yeah, we can see, yeah, as well, the 30-minute. Ideally, we get another wick down, but I don't like this 30-minute candle, actually. This is looking a lot more bullish. So we'll see how this goes. 11 minutes left of this and of the stream as well. So maybe we do kind of close underneath it. But yeah, for me right now, it's not looking fantastic. When did we start this stream, actually? Is it?
We're currently an hour and 3 minutes in, which is frustrating because obviously the algorithm does love an hour stream. And us staying on a little bit longer is actually bad for the algorithm. So obviously we will stay. We'll stay a little bit longer, of course, because we enjoy the hell out of this. But if you guys could do us a solid and tell your friends about this, because we would love to show them, and we want to get people on this as well, right? And if you are interested in being on this show and doing the trade-off with us, drop us a message on Telegram. We've got a lovely Telegram link in the description, ready and waiting for you. We do want to be bringing people on within probably the next 2-3 weeks or so. So that's going to be very interesting as well. And also, I'm sure you guys watch a lot of different YouTube creators. Maybe drop them a message and invite them on the show as well, right? We're going to be doing the same thing to try and get some other YouTubers on as well. And it's going to be great fun actually seeing how some of these guys will trade live, because I think we know the narrative of some YouTubers out there. They're not actually that good. So it'd be quite interesting to see how they actually trade live, right? But yes, also I'd just like to say thanks again for the likes, guys. We've got 14 coming through. Absolutely amazing, smashing it. But yeah, that's probably what I'm going to say. I see actually we're actually coming down a little bit in terms of the price here for Carver. What are you saying over there?
Yeah, I mean we've hit this. What is this? The 55. Yeah, it's a different color on Bybit. Yeah, the 55 here on the old sand. So ideally we do come down from this point. This is a real retest. Technically you could call this a retest, but a bit more of just a bounce and volatility around it. So ideally we come down, continue the wave. It's not looking great for me right now. -6% on this bad boy. Not fun. Not fun. But again, it's literally $1.50. Like, it's not like cryable. It's not cryable. But yeah, so I'm looking at this as well. If we are going to stay longer, that's actually a good thing for me, because I'm looking at this hourly, and if we close just below this, then it's more likely we do come down for another wave, which would be fantastic. And that is really, really cool in itself. Let's take a look at Bitcoin as well here, and then we'll send it back over to Chesterinho. And yeah, Bitcoin, again, we've got the 4-hour bullish divergences here on the Klinger volume oscillator, which is fantastic. And yeah, this is typically a good indicator to really gauge the crypto markets, and it's not actually that popular. It's not that well taught on YouTube generally, but you can see here it does work and it correlates with the market fantastically. We've got these divergences plotted on the screen, and yeah, I mean, there's just pretty decent trades to be had with these bad boys. So that's fantastic stuff. Again, with Bitcoin, if this does want to head above this trend line, it's not good for my trade. I don't know about your trade, Chester. How's it going over there?
To be honest with you, it's not going horrific. As I said that, we actually did just see a pump. I would just like to take this time to actually say thank you to Lauren, who's just tuned in, because I saw that you recommended our stream and what we're doing here to someone else, and they actually came on, had a little look, had a little comment as well. So yeah, we do appreciate you sharing what we're doing here. So yeah, thank you ever so much for that. Do appreciate it. And I do see you in the chat saying my favorite time of week. Hey boys. Yeah, nice to see you on the stream. But yeah, in terms of what we're looking at for Carver right now, as I said, we do have plenty of moving averages for resistance to be holding us back. Ideally, we don't see a hammer candle here because that would be bullish and that would be horrific for me. But as I said a second ago, we were literally sat right down here, which is pretty much near my entry. So ideally, I do want to come down. As I said, my stop loss is still miles up here, so I'm miles away from being stopped out here. And in terms of how my trade is actually going right now, let's have a little look. Minus 2.89%. Or minus 3.61, minus 2.89% at this time. So not the worst thing in the world. As I said, it's not really that much to go on. Let's have a look at BTC. That's horrific because BTC has just reclaimed 20,000. Okay, hopefully we find resistance there and come down and actually test this horizontal, which is sort of what I was banking on for that Carver trade. But as we said, it was literally 50-50. Don't know what was going to happen there. I was going on the statistic of us losing 20k and seeing a bit more bearish momentum than we did see. So yeah, not great. If BTC is going to bang out from here, then I would expect my Carver to really actually be stopped out. Just had a real brainwave for like a roast dinner carvery. That would be really nice. How are you doing over there, Hammy? Obviously, we don't have roast dinners here in Thailand. So yeah, that would be unbelievable.
Oh, I'd kill for a roast dinner right now. Or like a fish and chips, pour the baked beans all over it, sprinkle a bit of cheddar. Oh, very nice indeed. Very nice.
Boring. Nice, bland English food,
Oh, yes.
but we love it.
All right, let's take a look at this trade and see what is good here. Yeah, just having a lot of fun with this one, guys. We actually have a friend with us that's going to be basically running the production side of the stream very, very soon. So we're basically going to be able to focus on the content, the trading, asking each other trading questions, answering questions from you guys a bit more easy. Because at the moment, I'm basically running like 50 million things at once, trying to run the stream, the spinners, everything. So just taking that kind of weight off and really just chilling out and having fun with you guys will be just... It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. And yeah, hopefully the quality of the stream will be a bit better as well. So cool. Beautiful stuff. If we're looking at sand right now, we can see, again, this was a 20x trade. 20x. And it's not going well for me, and this is why it could be a potential disadvantage for me being higher leverage here, because if we both get stopped out, I'm the one that loses a lot more here. So ideally, we can come down and just bank a win here and just slide a little bit higher there than Chester on that total balance that's left. I've got, in terms of equity left, I've got 296.9. What are you saying on your side?
I have $300.45.
Pretty nice indeed. Very nice, actually. Yeah, so now we're back above this on the hourly, this 7 SMA. I think I called it the 10 SMA by accident earlier. The reason I do that by accident is it's actually on the higher time frames like the weekly or the daily, the 10 SMA just works way better, but I have them as the same color, so it's an easy mistake for me. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect the trading too much, so that's cool. And yeah, from that point, ideally we can come down. We have some time here, but it's not great. It's not great right now because basically if we close this hourly candle here, we got 4 minutes left on it. If we close this above, it's quite likely that we absorb this wick that we've just made towards the other side, which would put basically it would put sand back up at 0.935. So if I do go over and check where my stop loss is, 0.932. So yeah, I would definitely get stopped out if that is the case. So ideally we come down here, and it does look like momentum is shifting a little bit here with this thing, just on that last 5 minute candle. So ideally we can push that through. But yeah, how's it going on your side, Chester?
Yeah, I mean, not horrific on my side, but I just want to jump over to Bitcoin quickly because we are, as you said, just above the 10 SMA, right? And that's obviously not great here. We are going to see a candle close on the stream. If we don't get it below this area, I would not expect bearish momentum here. As you said, probably going to get absorbed here. And that's when we can really actually start to worry in our short positions. The reasoning for this is because, as I said at the start of the stream, if we're testing this area multiple times here, you can see this downward slope and resistance line. We're testing it, we're getting a momentum, but you can see the momentum to the downside here. It's actually getting worse. It's getting smaller. We're coiling up inside of this chart pattern, which means we coil up, we break out in the price usually. So I would expect after so many tests to the downside, so many tests to the upside here, we are probably going to see a measure move break to the upside here of around 1.2%. And that will obviously mean very bad news for our positions. In terms of a reference, my current position, it is going to be a short position coming through from here. Obviously, didn't have a choice, had to get into it, unfortunately. Yeah, we are still actually getting wrecked. As I said, I got a nice wide stop loss. So I got many moving averages, many market structured chart patterns as well to be holding me strong. So yeah, I'm not too worried about getting stopped out here. And unfortunately, you guys probably won't see it on the stream because we probably will end up going because this is quite a long-term position. But yeah, around currently down around 4.33%, near enough losing that $300 up around 29 cents there. So still in profit. Just but yeah, so yeah, not great, but yeah, not great, but yeah, we'll just have to see how Bitcoin does. And as we said at the start of the stream, it's a pretty horrific time to be trading right now. We're not trading chart pattern breakouts here, we're literally trading inside of a Bitcoin range. It's just horrific. And as you can see, we've got literally all these white candles here. It determines the strength of the trend and which direction we're going here, especially on the hourly. Very important. This white candle here means sideways action. It means bland price action. It means boring, low volume stuff. It's just horrendous here. So looking pretty bad for Bitcoin, looking pretty bad for us in terms of a trading sort of time frame right now. So hopefully we do get something better next week, next Thursday. But we will be back Monday with a BTC update together, and also a live stream Monday and also Wednesday as well. So make sure you're ready and tuned in for that, guys. And if you did want more personal updates from ourselves, I'm Crypto Chester. My channel is in the description, and also Hamilton of Crypto as well. But yeah, I think that's going to be it from us today. I do think. Let me just have a look at where my position is at and see if minus 5%. Not great. What are you saying? Are we going to be closing them and tallying up the scores and seeing where we're going to be going? We'll see who won the Thursday night trade-off.
Yeah, I believe it's your week, sir. I'm minus 10%, so yeah, we definitely need to sort that leverage thing out. So if you're just joining us, what happened here is we both span our wheel, and I'll show you on the screen how it's going. Right, what the deal is with this thing. So. Yeah, if we are looking at this, we have a wheel here, and unfortunately we've done all the trades here for today, but just the next time, so you can tune in. It's every Thursday around probably midday UTC, that kind of time, right? But yeah, we've got leverage used on the side here. We've got the time given, we've got the amount of our account used, but we've also introduced a new wheel this time, which is all of the altcoins on Bybit, right? So this is all the altcoins that we could trade here, and then we'll spin that, and we'll both get one random altcoin each. And I just feel like this is a much more efficient, way better to do it at the moment. When the stream gets a bit bigger, we can then vote, and we can also use the DecentraHYPE NFTs when we do release them for you guys to essentially vote with those NFTs on the coins we take, and also like the challenges and everything we do as well. So fantastic stuff, and it's been another great week here. Not for me, I've actually lost 2 of my 3 trades, and it does look like we're going to get stopped out pretty soon here. We'll let you guys know in the Telegram chat how this turns out, but as of right now, if we're tallying up the equity for a point, I've got 296. I believe you have over 300 still, right?
Yeah, I got 329 cents.
Winner. All right, so yeah, that's 3 points for you. Nice one. And
home run, baby.
Let's get it. And yeah, not the most fantastic week for me. This has actually been the biggest difference of scores we've had. Normally we'll be like neck and neck the whole way through, but yeah, sometimes you just can't pick them, and it has been a very sideways, choppy market here this week. But yeah, we make it work, we have fun, and we gamble the way through it. That's the way we do it.
Yeah, I'd like to say thanks again, guys. Do appreciate the likes, do appreciate the subs, do appreciate the continued support from our communities. And again, shout outs to Donna, Lauren, Slothbag, AP, AB Lopez. I always read your name and I always think of like an AP watch. But yeah, shout outs to you guys for stopping by and supporting us continuously. But yeah, I think that's going to be it from us today. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. But for now, it's going to be peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester. And also, goodbye.
And also, goodbye from me, Hamilton of Crypto. This is the worst cringy ending, but yeah, massive appreciation from you guys. And feel free to join our Discord. That thing is popping at the moment. Thank you for everyone that's been joining it. We're going to be doing weekly giveaways in there as well, so feel free if you want some free stuff. All right, that's going to be it from us. Peace out and goodbye from DecentraHYPE. Peace. You know why we're here. Juicy!